right. There was one last person I think tried to speak up. City and state.
Yes, Alexandria, Virginia.
Virginia in the house. How you?
I'm good. Okay, so I've been talking to this guy for about 3 months, long distance. We spent time with each other maybe about 4 times so far. Back there in at home and here. So he says that he doesn't want to move into anything right now because the last person that he dated, he thought that she was his wife, but he realized that she wasn't. So he said he needs time to heal from that. But he still wants us to continue to rebuild, our friendship, continue to talk. Again, this is long distance, so that's like a lot of hours that we're talking and spending time with each other. And he wants to hang out. But I don't know, I told him that I don't talk to my friends on a daily basis. And my thing is that if you're not interested in moving this friendship further, then I felt like he was trying to occupy my time, which just keep me as a backup with this, other person. So I don't know. I guess my question is, was I wrong for telling him that I don't want to keep talking all the time? Because I'm not sure that he's even interested in pursuing a more than just a friendship.
The answer is no, because one of the things that we don't do often as men is we don't take the time to consider the impact of our advances, which is how the call began. It was, oh man, I didn't mean to turn you on. I mean, we was just talking and whatnot. I didn't know you was gonna get turned on, and then you gonna want to like marriage, and I mean, come on now, maybe one day, one day we, maybe I could talk about marriage, but I'm not really sure. We gonna really, we gonna be talking about marriage now. I mean, really?
Well,
So, I
yeah,
mean, I,
and
I
I
will
understand.
say the answer is no. The answer is no. You're not wrong for saying that because you are responsible for protecting your own heart. You have to protect your heart. The Bible commands that you do so. And the reason why is because God knows us. He built us. And He knows that if you don't protect your heart, you are going to be in a situation where your heart's going to be controlling you and not the Holy Spirit. And you don't want to be in that situation. You don't want to be in a situation where your heart's controlling you, where you're making decisions based on, but I love him. Oh, but no one has ever made me feel like him, or it's been years since anybody's made me feel like him. And no one knows me like he does, and he listens to me, and you have all your preferences and all that good stuff. So no, I think it's really important that you make a line in the sand between the men that have flipped their switch and the men that haven't. And the men that have flipped their switch and actually are ready to marry, you put them in a very exclusive, very special category, and you show yourself friendly to them. But the other men, I would say you draw the line and you put him in the association box, and you leave him there until such time that he makes a decision that he wants to move out of it.
Exactly, and
And
I understand that. I even told him that when he's ready to pursue me, then he should pursue. Because he was the one that was telling his friends and relatives, about me and about how he really liked me and so forth. And it's like, okay, well, so if he's feeling these things, then why I felt like he was allowing a soul tie to prevent him from truly opening up himself to me. You say that you say we both want the same thing. But then in the next breath, okay, I think I need to slow down. So it just kind of got confusing. And I think it was confusing because we spent a lot of time on the phone talking and really getting to know each other, talking about, those inner court things when, like I said, we should have been in the outer court stage. But because
yep.
we knew each other from the past and we just felt really comfortable with each other. And I just think that he was rushing, maybe, same thing I felt like. I just think maybe he didn't expect for his feelings to get as deep as he felt with me, and kind of scared him because it scared me too. But for him to ask that we can just continue to talk and hang out and help him work through this problem, I felt like that was that's not fair to me.
Yeah, you touched upon something right there where, you know, I mean, you touched upon something really interesting. That I mean, the guy has spent all the time talking, building up heart ties. So, I mean, you guys essentially have been exchanging intimacies, and you've let the guy into your inner court. And the truth is that the only people that belong in your inner court are, okay, let's look at it this way. Who did God let in his inner court? He lets the priests and he lets the Levites. The priests are the ones who actually perform the spiritual services. The Levites are the ones that help to prepare. They do all the grunt work, if you will, you know. But they are spiritually set apart as a tribe to perform those spiritual tasks. So it's only the necessary people belong in your inner court. Everybody else belongs on the outer court. That's spiritual. But we don't do that in our dating, do we? What we do is everybody gets in and it's a big party inside the tabernacle, and that's out of order. And that's just not the way, that's not what God intended for us to do. He intended for there to be a line between the inner court and the outer court. And this person doesn't even know if they're ready to be married. He's been on again, off again. He's been conflicted because of, I mean, all classic signs that a person belongs in the outer court. Because if a person's been confused and you said it was confusing, guess what? God is not the author of confusion. Therefore, you know God is not present. He didn't create confusion, so he's not present in it. So that's just it. This guy belongs in the outer court until he demonstrates inner court potential and abilities. And that's not always easy to hear, but let me tell you this. You only need one husband. It doesn't have to work out with if it would work out with every guy, you'd have multiple husbands. You don't need but one. You only need one husband. So it's only going to truly work out with one guy anyway. Everybody else is going to end in a breakup. Because you're only going to get married once, and it's going to last an entire lifetime. So every other guy is going to be a breakup. So the faster I want women to get on a faster breakup cycle. Because the faster you break up with a dude and cut things off and recover from that. Don't bring the baggage from that because y'all have a tendency to connect things and recover. The faster you can do that, the faster you are now preparing yourself to be found by your husband. Not the guy impersonating your husband, but the guy who actually is your husband.
Okay, I receive that.
Well, amen.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I am blessed by your website, by your Facebook. It's awesome. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. Awesome.